Hey, it's Ethan Skolnick for PrizePicks on 5 here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick at 5 Reasons Sports. David Eversole is producing today. We still got David Friedman. You can follow him at Taco Bout Sports. And we've got a weird game tonight. Miami Heat coming off a couple of wins. Now they're 3-4 on the season. Chance to get to 4-4. They're playing 9 of their next 10 on the road. And they're in Memphis against the Grizzlies team that's really struggling. No Morant, no Steven Adams, no Brandon Clark. No, almost nobody. So this is one of those tough games, David, because we always assume, well, the Heat will cruise, and then they don't. And so it's really hard to project players on this. I want to make sure before we go forward, though, use the code 5 FIVE, FIVE, get that initial deposit matched up to $100. Give me your prized pick tonight.
Well, it's almost at the point where we actually don't expect them to cruise in this situation because they don't, right? So for the Heat, I'm going to go Tyler over 4 assists.
Okay.
I think because they won't just blow them out the way they should probably.
Okay.
He's been hitting that pretty easily. His assist numbers have been really good.
Yeah.
And I guess if I'm going to go on the other side, I'll go Bane over 20.5 field goal attempts.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been getting that. I mean, he's been at 27, whatever, ridiculous attempts. But they're going to keep staying in the game, and there's nobody else is there. He has to. Someone's going to have to do something, I think, right? I mean, it's like you said, it's a crazy game.
You would think so, and you're kind of talking me out of one of my projections because I had looked at going under on a Jimmy Bane prop. I think 54.5. It's mostly because of the Jimmy side of this. Hello, Daniel.
Yeah.
It's mostly because of the Jimmy side of this. I don't see a big Jimmy scoring game tonight. Actually, I was looking at the 15.5 field goal attempts. Again, Jimmy's going to pace himself. They are playing, like I said, 9 of 10 on the road. I don't think he's going to have to push too hard tonight. I like your hero prop better. I would play that one. I might come off of the Butler Bane thing because you're right. I don't know who else is going to score for them, but the other guy I was looking at though was Bam tends to take some of these matchups pretty personally, and Triple J got the nod in the not over Bam necessarily, but he got the Defensive Player of the Year last year, and then also didn't play particularly well for Team USA and what's ultimately going to be Bam's slot going forward. So I feel like it's another prove-it game for Bam. And also he just got his 2020-10 game stolen from him. So I did look at going over. I think I might play the over 33.5 points, rebounds, assists with him tonight. That would be, I mean, he went way over that against the Lakers. I mean, he was even taking the one away, he went way over it. I would anticipate he goes over it tonight. It's not like they got days off after this, so even if they are leading tonight, I don't feel like Spo's going to pull guys quite as early. But it's Jimmy I expect to kind of pull back a little bit. So I'm going to go Bam over on that. Any other props that interested you on the board tonight?
So I agree with you, like the Jimmy thing. Just to go back for a second, I like under on the field goal attempts. I do kind of go with what you're saying. I think Bam and one of my picks was Bam and Jaren Jackson Jr. over at 18 rebounds, I think, combined. So kind of going with what you were saying, I just think Bam, especially they took away the one rebound that did actually pop in my head, by the way. So yes, I like that. Lowry's on there, I think, at 6.5 points. That's the one I went under on.
Yeah. I feel like until further notice.
Yeah, and there's no reason for him to have to do anything else tonight. So, I don't know. The numbers, the people that I picked today were just kind of like, they were never nothing exciting.
It's a tough one. There is a full slate of games though, so there's other things to take a look at tonight. If you want to look at the board, code 5. Eversole's scrolling through some. I'll see if anything strikes me as we're going through it. Let me see if there's a prop. Embiid against Boston is interesting at 29.5. I would play
think
Tatum.
He's got to go. Right? Yeah, he's got to be a at a high number tonight for them to keep up with that team.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. So I would play Tatum over tonight. Again, this is one of those featured matchups. I'm actually being under the last 3 times is interesting, but that's the primary one I like. That's kind of in the spotlight game. We know Tatum's going to get up a ton of shots there. The other one I looked at, it's interesting. Go to Randall, 19.5 points, only over once. I mean, he's shooting like 20% in the restricted area this season, and now he's got to go against Victor uh, tonight. I might play under on
So
the
he's
Randall.
going off for 40 tonight. Is what's happening now.
It might be, but I'm going to play him under on that one. And Victor over the 3.5 3 points attempted. That's an interesting. There's a lot of Victor props up here that are points, rebounds, assists, 29. I might play that over, right?
Talking about MSG not being such a big bad place. So I mean, you would think he's going to do something.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, that stage, typically, we see guys like him kind of rise to it. So I would play that one. All right, take a look at the code 5. Make sure you play that. Get that initial deposit matched up to $100. Thanks to David for producing. Thanks to David for hosting with me. Have a good day, everybody.